Against all odds, he achieved his dream of getting into Notre Dame and playing football for the Fighting Irish.
Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to go to school here. And ever since I was a kid, everyone said it couldn't be done. My whole life, people have been telling me what I could do and couldn't do. I've always listened to them, believed in what they said. I don't want to do that anymore.
The crowd cheering his name, the players carrying him off on their shoulders in just 27 seconds. That's how long it took for our next guest to make football history and become an inspiration for millions.
Daniel Rudy Rudiger is the inspiration behind the blockbuster movie, and now for the first time, he's opening up in his new memoir, Rudy, My Story. Rudy, welcome to the show.
Oh, it's fun to be here.
It's an honor.
Yeah.
1993, that movie came out. So why so long between the release of the movie and the release of the book?
There was no book before the movie. I went off to Hollywood and pitched it for 10 years. And finally, we got someone to understand the message, and we made the movie. Now, a lot of people say, is the movie true? And there's a lot about the story that wasn't told. Like in the Navy, I was in the Navy, and it made a big, important impact on me as far as who I was. And what's the important part was, it gave me confidence to move forward.
You know, Dave Briggs has been making fun of me all morning because
Yeah.
I have not seen the movie. I'm the only person in America who hasn't seen the movie Rudy, but I did know about the mythology of it, and I do know what an inspiration the movie is, and I do plan to show it to my 7-year-olds as soon as possible. But what is the message that has stuck with people through these decades?
We have to go back to dreaming big again, not quitting, and don't be afraid to dream. Even though we got knocked down, we have to get back up and move forward, and that's an important message. You know, last night I had dinner with Line 25, the firehouse, and I gave the book to them. They didn't know who I was, and I'm half a block away, and they start running after me. Are you the real Rudy?
So I thought you were going to say you were Captain Rudy.
They came in and cooked dinner right in the middle, right before we started to eat. The alarm went off. They had to go on duty, so I saw them in action.
That's great.
Allison brings up a great point because I fell in love with this movie as a young man, and now I'm a parent of 3 kids.
Yeah.
And I think there's not a more important lesson to teach my children about how to persevere, about how to not quit. And in fact, it's what I'm trying to teach right now. How do you do that? How do you get across what was so central to who you are?
I think it's mainly through inspiration. Keep giving them inspirational thoughts and stories. Let them know other people struggle, because they think they're the only ones. And once they identify with someone like Rocky, when I saw the movie Rocky, inspired me to do Rudy. And I even tried to, contact Stallone at the time, and he couldn't because he was doing Rocky 2, Rocky 3, but it was fun chasing that. And finally, because of that movie, then Who's Yours and Field of Dreams, all these movies kept inspiring me to keep going.
I'm interested, I've been really enjoying reading the book, and I was struck by the fact that you were one of 14 kids. You write about how your parents were busy. Was this inspirational message something that they imparted to you, or you grew it yourself?
Core values, and I was never taught. You learn through experience, you learn through hard times, and you learn that, you grew up with a little chip on your shoulder. That's what, I never want to go back to where I was. So you work hard not to go back to where you were, but the values you learn through those moments of life, with your parents and the hard times we had. We did have some tough times, but not as tough as some people had it.
Real quickly, you shared a nugget that wasn't in the movie about your life. There was one thing that was in the movie, a central scene where the players handed over the jerseys. That didn't really happen.
Never happened. However, it did happen. Does that make sense? It happened in a much different way. We didn't have that much time to show how the players start respecting you. Because of boxing that note, I was a boxer. We didn't show that in the movie. We didn't show the Navy. So all those, we had to do it in 8 seconds. It's a tough deal where you earn the respect of the players. We say, let Rudy dress. So there were 4 players that actually went in and made that happen.
And asked coach.
Yes.
Players like Rudy should be ready.
Absolutely. And Coach Vine had his hands tied because of the NCAA rule that year.
Wow.
It was a tough deal.
Well, it's a great book. The book, again, is Rudy, My Story. You're finally telling the whole story. And it's a pleasure to meet you, Daniel Rudy Rudiger. Thanks so much for sharing it with us.
Excited to meet you all.
It's a wonderful story. Not as excited as we are, my friend.
Okay.
All right, coming up on